Yes, Naya. Cool na aya. Who am I? It's just the girl, them sugar. Alright. Here I know.
F.P.R, no bossy, baby. You gonna learn right now, yes, y'all.
Simba. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Who am I? The girls, them sugar. How can I make love to a fella in a rush? Pass me the keys to my truck. Who am I? The girls, them lock. And I, we make love to precious. You a bubble get red deep like a bucket.
Welcome to another edition of The Desk. This is episode 154. My platform to rant, rave, bitch, be bone, all things that encompass OCW and subsidiaries. Except today, we're also including another type of community or thing, the call community. With me today is a member of the call/sim community. That is Jacob Anderson. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, fantastic. So to give people a little preface of what I'm talking about, especially my community, where I come from, OCW, we've been doing it for like 14 years. We do competitive, but it's not like game battles competitive. Basically, people, they have their cause, they have their whatever, and then they fight. But the matches are competitive based on certain rules, so it's not like cheese fest like you see online, because WWE is terrible with their online services. Is garbage. So we do that, and then just like the WWE, like we have 2 shows a week, and then we have a pay-per-view a month, and all that good stuff. And so the sim stuff, that's kind of the new thing. Not the new thing per se, but my understanding of it, because where I came from before, kind of looked down on it. I was like, ugh. And then I got into Fire Pro years ago, and I was like, oh, sim is not too bad. But the issue was, sim with WWE was a little weird to me because the AI for WWE is stupid. But over the years, it's gotten progressively better. And this year, I noticed a lot that it actually, you can tweak settings. Shout out to Macho T, who actually showed like really realistic, settings, and the matches, they come out pretty decent. I've seen a couple of stuff. So you're a sim dude, and let me ask you, how long have you been in the sim community?
Well, I have been simming since since WWE 12. I've been simming since WWE 2K15. Technically I've been simming since WWE 12, WWE 2K15, WWE 2K17. I did a sim match one time on WWE 2K18. Came back to sim. Now I'm in sim again right now. Yeah.
So basically, let me see, 12. So you said the first one you started with was which game? Was 12?
WWE 12.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I'm bad at math, but it's looking like maybe 8, 9 years. So you've been at it for a minute. So have you been in one spot, or did you move around a little bit?
Well, I certainly did move around a little bit back in my WWE 12 days when I was just starting to sim. Came to a company called TWF. That company had looked out for me. I met a lot of superstars, new talents across the community back then. Had some ups and downs. I was a heel at the time. Had an injury, so yeah.
So you basically you've been around the block more or less for how many is what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, I've been around there.
So for the most part, do you actively, well, here's the crux of my argument. My thing with the sim community is I'm trying to, because I kind of met you through I guess I'm bad with Twitter, but like I guess through a timeline thing, when there was some drama over another place. They had some drama with somebody, and then someone did this whole long what's her name? Lioness had this long rant on people. And like, it's kind of eye-opening, because when I see the call stuff, I see a lot of drama, and then from my perspective, my thing is, okay, all right, there's drama, and people love drama, and when you bored, especially, it's fun, whatever. But here's my quantification. What sets a sim person like apart when it comes to value? Like, what is it? Like, here, I'll give you my example. For my organization, let's say I have a guy, let's call him let's call him AC Cobra. That's actually a person, but I have AC Cobra. AC Cobra in my spot is considered a low tier guy. Basically, you know, not a curtain jerker per se, but you know, a low tier guy. And that's not because he's a bad person. That's because his skill level at the game isn't where like a main event guy is, because a main event is actually kind of a beast at the game. So if Cobra comes to me and says, "Yo, I want to be in the main event," I'll be like, "Why?" I want to be, but you're not good. You if you go into the main event, you will be eaten alive like a snack for a bear. So shut up, or actually politely go away. No, you can't. So with Sim, I noticed that's a lot of issue is people say, "Oh, how come I'm not doing this? How come I'm not doing that?" But what gives that person value to say I should be here or I should be there?
Well, technically, Sim takes some time to get used to. It's like this: you walk into your first day at work. Like before you start Sim, it's like this: you walk into your first day at work, and then you start doing things that you see that happens on TV or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Sim, you start off in the match, you do things you see in like WWE and JPW or ROH when they start off matches, something like that. The point is, in Sim, it's all about realism. When it comes to Sim, it's all about realism in the match and how things go inside of that match when you Sim against another person.
Okay, with that being said, so are there two camps to Sim? Is there a camp where guys try to work matches like they see on TV, or is it, because a lot of times when I see it, it's basically just people stitching together CPU matches and then doing like highlight reel stuff. So you're telling me that there's that, and then there's also people that they'll use whatever character they have, whatever core they have, and then they'll try to work a match like a traditional federation.
Well, yeah, it's something like that. When it comes to, well, there's two types of things that's in CAW.
Mm-hmm.
We have the EFED side, which is the AI versus AI, and then Sim got the person against another person, like playing a match against your friend or whatever like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what Sim is about. In Sim, we decide to put things up like highlight reel, add some highlight reel into it. Some match edits right there in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's all about how people want to see Sim for how good it is. Like it's actually looking like real wrestling once you have highlight reel to it. Then you have some parts in the match that you're doing without highlight reel.
So you're saying, I'm sorry, continue.
EFED side. All right. Sorry.
No, okay.
EFED side. All right. EFED side, we got the AI versus AI.
Mm-hmm.
In EFED, we want to tend to use a player against another player, or we want to tend to use highlight reel in EFEDs because it's just basically CPU versus CPU.
Yeah.
AI versus AI. We don't use highlight reel. We just do basically CPU versus CPU. We just go let them play out the matches until we see who's the winner. Then it's like that. It's like a lot of EFED shows here and there, a lot of Sim shows here and there. But yeah, you get that point right there. Sim is different than EFEDs. Because EFEDs, we decided to have a match, well, a show every single week, or a pay-per-view every few weeks, and then there after like a couple of 3 weeks of the shows or 4 weeks of the shows, then come to the pay-per-view. In Sim, when we got the show and we have pay-per-views, the pay-per-views, they'll have to take like up to 3 to 4 months, while just basically one Sim show will have to take at least like a month to do, at least a month. But then like if you got some parts of the show, you can upload like, it'll take at least 5 or 8 weeks to do, or 7 weeks, because to determine, you got to edit out a lot of parts inside of that certain show, just for it to have cutscenes and some parts to it, something like that. So yeah, that's how different EFED and Sim is.
So basically, all right. So what you're saying is a lot of times it'll be an event, but the event will take like 8 weeks or whatever to do, because all right. So it's because what the video editing takes a lot of time. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see from what we do is we basically, shit, man. I'm sorry, I'm trying to curse. like for example, we just had a show today. It's like six matches, and then we have I might after this I might stream, and that's like a week for us. So we're doing the pay-per-views we do. They come at the end of the month, but that's basically because it's a week. It's a couple weeks building. So let me ask you this. So I'm assuming that the video editing obviously it would take a lot of time because there's a bunch of different people. I'm assuming all collaborating. So let me hit you with this then. How does individual stories or cause see from my spot is role plays, or like traditionally. E-Feds started with the back in the days people used to do phone E-Feds where you would call in to someone's phone or a hotline rather. There was a toll-free hotline, of course, and then you would have your little role play there, and then there was a dude with a notebook that would keep track of everything, and then eventually over time when we got computers and stuff, it changed to be pure text-based, and to this day there's still a lot of text-based stuff, and then like what we do is competitive and text-based with a little bit of A and B. And then you guys have the simulate, like over time it became simulation stuff. But what do you do for the role play, the RP aspect of a sim? I don't know if it's a sim league or a sim fed. We'll just call it like a sim fed for now. How are like the nuances, instances of I guess any kind of an angle or storyline portrayed?
Well, it's basically like this. The storylines are portrayed by how the persons or the owner of the show wants to book you inside of their show. Like for instance, like they book you inside a show, they want to make you the top guy, something like that. Have you inside a rivalry or make you a job or something like that. But yeah, it's in sim shows, they have the bookings, they have that storyline based thing that they want to have, this storyline based thing that they want to have you to do. Or there comes the time when they want you have the character development for you, like how they want you to be booked, or how they want you to be inside that storyline that they're gonna have to edit out for that. How basically things turn out for a rivalry or something like that. So when it comes to that point where you think you want to do this or that, the owner, they'll tell you that they'll do this for your character, or they'll make this happen to your character or something like that. It's like basically you're inside a storyline, then the owner is going to tell you how things play off for you, for your character or car.
All right, but the what I'm trying to get context of is does it get relayed on an interpersonal level, or how does the audience know? Like, let me give you an example. Because the thing is, some stuff can be relayed, in a match that can be done. But I'm saying stuff that's more nuanced. Like, I don't know. Let me think of something off the top of my head. Like me and you, we having a feud, but it started off because you kicked my dog in the back. Like, do you guys write that out, or does someone say like on like? The actual shows, do those shows go on like YouTube or Twitch or something like that, or?
Yeah, they go by YouTube and Twitch.
Okay.
Sim show, they do Twitch and they do YouTube. Yeah, they do that type of stuff there.
All right, so like in regards to what I was just talking about, so with Angle, sorry, me and you, we got beef because you kicked my dog in the back because you a jackass, and now I wanna smack you in the face. So to facilitate that, does that mean that during the YouTube video, someone's saying, "Oh, because Jacob kicked Hero's dog, now he's gonna kick his ass"? Is that how it goes, or does someone actually, basically, like, how do you have specific like role play elements transfer over to a stream? Like, I don't know, deep seated stuff. Like for example, remember WWE? There was one point where Cena and Edge were feuding, and Cena threw F.P.R Edge into the ocean. If there was a text fed, you could actually write, XYZ toss whatever into the ocean. When it's a sim fed, how do you relay something like that? How does that context get put out?
Well, basically, when it comes to sim doing that type of stuff, they'll do something like to edit it out. Like, for instance, they'll edit it out, and they'll have a certain spot where they do it, the editing for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for instance, you just mentioned that they throw a person inside the ocean, like John Cena doing an F.P.R on someone in the ocean.
Yeah, on Edge, he tossed him in the belt in whatever, the Long Island Sound or whatever.
they'll edit out like some part usually a highlight reel or something like that. Add a few sounds to that, like for make the person say something like when John Cena threw F.U.A. into the ocean, he said, "I ain't going nowhere." So you can have your character saying something like this or that, whatever. Like some like just have your character saying something. You know, you're going doing that, like doing something right there.
So you're basically saying that like rather than write it out, there'd be like a reference to it.
Yeah, like write it out like what you want the person to do or what you want them to say.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right, that makes a little sense. I can dig that. Take
thought though, because basically there's a lot of editing here and there for to do something stuff in sim. Like have a person doing something in sim, like it's like a lot of realism in it. To be honest though, when you sim, it's a lot of realism.
So basically, when you say that, you mean like trying to work a match, basically.
Yeah, it's like it takes a lot of hard work for the try edit out something like on a computer base for to make it look like realism, like you see in WWE. Like right now, make it look realistic. So yeah.
Okay, I kind of get that. Cause see, like for my stuff, the way it is they fight. It's competitive, but it's not like I said, it's not like I don't know, like a Call of Duty league. It's basically their storylines and competition is done weekly. But what tends to happen generally is the better players, the top guys, those are the guys that can go. And when they fight another top guy, you know, the matches wind up looking more or less like a match, but it's not like, oh hey, I'm calling this spot, I'm doing this. It's just because everyone knows how to control their character that it just winds up working out. Like there's always these inadvertent spots. So that's how we do that. So regarding the sim stuff, like back to the initial point. So what is someone's how is someone's value quantified? Is it like, oh, this guy is really good at video editing? Or because what I saw from, you know, the Twitter stuff is essentially like, oh, it's not what you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I honestly, as someone from the outside looking in, I can't verify that. I don't know that for sure, but I just see so many different people, you know, mentioning that kind of stuff. So like I said, back to my initial example, if someone's like, oh, I should be here, I'm like, you are trash at this. You cannot do this because you're not good. So no, you can't have the main event spot. No, you can't go to WrestleMania, whatever the heck it's called, because you're not good. So what I'm trying to figure out, what makes like a main eventer for a sim dude? Is it like video editing? Is it who they know? Is it just someone who's been around for a while that's like well liked? Is it trust? What are the main components for a fundamental top person, whether it be guy or girl, in your experience, for a sim league?
Well, it's all about like I train every day in sim. Like for instance, I had a sim match like in the last month in October. It was my first return match back to sim where I faced this guy by the name of Cody Hagan in Ring of Valiance. The video is on YouTube.
Oh, we get all that at the end. Don't worry.
So it took like a lot of stuff to do when I was simming with him at the moment. I was texting him like what we should do. We know how to sim basically. We just watch basically real wrestling to know how to sim, you know?
Sure.
It's like there, and then like it's not that much reversing inside of the match when we do it. It's just like basically realism for make sure like, for instance, if basically whoever needs to win or who must win, it doesn't matter. Anybody can just win the match like that.
Yeah, that was the crux. Yeah, so basically, like in order to find out who, it's basically just like storyline. So it's like, all right, you're gonna go over today, or I'm gonna go over tomorrow. So there's no, so you guys don't like And I keep going back to my stuff, but it's just because I'm trying to find like the parallels. For example, with my stuff, let's say two guys fight. As long as two guys fight, whatever they do after that, I'm cool with. So like, let's say two guys fight and B lost. So, but B got his ass whooped. So instead of having him show him get his ass whooped, we'll maybe do a cutscene where, someone else, part of the storyline, comes in and hits A in the back with a chair. So it's like, oh, he got disqualified. So B lost, but, he wasn't lost. So with Sim, all right, so I'm from your perspective, from what you did, is basically just, oh, hey, so, X or Z goes over. There's no quantifier to see who goes over. It's basically just, all right, well, tonight I'm going over, and then maybe next week you go over. All right, so it's like TV. So I'm cool with that so far. So with that being said, then take me through the process of what you do with this match. So far we got that you met up with the dude. It's your return. So then you guys are going back and forth. And I'm assuming you guys are doing that on Twitter or something else.
No, we're cool right now though.
Oh, so no, but like when you were trying to work like the aspects of the match, how did you and Hagen go back and forth? Was it on Twitter via like DMs, or was it on Discord? Like, how do you communicate to figure out the nuance of your match?
Well, I would text Cody on what we should do inside the match, like how to make the match seem real good. I would text him on Twitter and tell him like what we should do, like what type of move what we do. You pin me, I do this, I do that, or I just basically put you on right there by the announce table, throw you out the ring, do an OMG dive or something like that. So yeah, I just basically do that. I just text him and let him know what we should do, like what moves we should do, what's the next move what we should do, something like that.
So when you actually get into the match, obviously everything's not going to run 100% perfect. So what'll happen is, all right, let me phrase it like this. So you guys have your match, and if you pretty much more or less hit the plan that you wanted to do, what do you do after? Is that the part where you go into whatever video editor you have, and then you kind of take out the stuff that didn't make any sense?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. And how long would that, like on a typical, I don't know, like let's say let's make some. I know if I'm losing you, let me know, because I know I get a little crazy. But again, I'm trying to learn. So let's say on a typical, I don't know, you have a show and it's in, I don't know, 4 weeks. Whatever Hustlemania, whatever show you're making your return to, and you and Hagen had that match. So, what's the typical amount of time does it take you to edit that match to where you can send it to somebody, or send it to who, I guess the owner or whatever, to be like, all right, here's our stuff? What's the usual turnaround time for that?
Well, I would upload the video to YouTube, to be honest. Under unlisted, so like I can just tell the person to edit it out.
Oh, so you don't edit it out? It's somebody else takes the stuff out?
Yeah, I got this guy who helps me out with my sim matches. Well, he edits out the sim match to make it look like real.
Okay.
This is what he does. I upload the video first. I upload the video to YouTube under unlisted, so the person can download the video.
Yeah.
Editor who can download the video. He would download the video, then he would go in there and edit out the parts on his laptop or computer.
Yeah.
You go on there and edit out some parts of it, like zoom in on the real parts of the match, like right there, so you get that good point to where the moves like actually gives a better view of it.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Okay, that makes sense. Like the thing that I seen is that a lot of people they try to like to zoom in, but if 10 people do it, maybe 2 get it right. Like a lot of times what I see is from I guess a viewer perspective is people zoom in, but some people try to crop out the HUD. And speaking of HUD, tell me that 12 didn't have the best HUD, where you can hardly see, where you basically just had the little ring and the rest of the match looked like TV. Tell me that wasn't the best though.
Well, to be honest, back in WWE 12, when we had that HUD right there, we would just try to basically use the highlight reel, even though it would take like almost like a very long time to do. Using that highlight reel in WWE 12, because oh my god, it took like a long time to try and do. Take away that HUD right there at the bottom where you got the finish right there.
No, but yeah, but in 12 was when they just had that little almost translucent ring. It wasn't that bad. 12 was when they had the ring. I think the one after that is when they started putting a HUD in. Or maybe I'm confused, but maybe it's 13. But I remember whether it was 12 or 13, that was my favorite, because when you would have a match, you didn't have anything distracting. Like there was no meters or whatever. I mean, there was a meter, but it was very tiny, and it was the little circle around your guy, around the character, that is. And I like that because when you had a match, there was nothing there was nothing obstructing the view of the match. So even if you didn't want to edit the match, like from my perspective, from comp, like we didn't have to go back and mess with anything because like, oh, it's right there, and then it's framed like really close in, like a TV shot to begin with. So it was great. But like you said, the actual the highlight reel thing, the highlight reel was a pain in the ass, but not the highlight reel, but what's the other one? It wasn't the highlight reel for the effects, but the one where you can actually do the little the spots and stuff. That wasn't the highlight reel. I forgot what it was called though. It's like promo something or whatever. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I think this the story design.
Story design. Story designer was the jam, son. Lived and died off story designer. It was amazing. I missed that. I wish that was better. It was better. It's sort of in 19, but it's not as good as it used to be.
Good back like he was in WWE 12 from SmackDown vs. Raw.
Yep.
Like that.
SVR 2006, like because we started in 04 with SmackDown versus Raw 2005, which was, and then we went to 6, which is actually really like 6 was good. I enjoyed 6 a lot. I remember typing role plays on a PlayStation keyboard for the little story designer. It took a little while, but it was fun as hell. All right, yeah, sorry. So back to this. So you got somebody that's editing it for you, and then once that's done, then that goes to, I guess, the Fed dude, the Fed guy or whatever, the head guy.
Yeah, we upload it to the YouTube or something like that. But yeah, it goes to the Fed guy.
Okay, and then so basically, so then after that, what else do you put into that? Does anything else go into it, or is just, all right, well, my friend, I uploaded it, my friend edited it, and then it's done, and now we send it to that guy, and then that's it. You just wait till the show goes up.
Yeah.
So overall, how long would it take you from top to bottom to do like to get a match, done and shipped? Time-wise.
Well, the match, it would have to be done like a day. Then the editing, it would have to take at least up to like 3 to 4 weeks for to try to edit out and upload to YouTube.
Okay. Damn, take some time. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm just checking turnaround time because it's a little different than again. But all right, cool. Get some good info. So let's go to the other point, because the other thing I noticed about the call community is there's like a metric ton of drama, and I'm trying to figure out why is there so much drama. I don't particularly understand. Is there anything you could shed some light on with this? Because
I really can.
Well, the floor is yours.
All right. Here you go. It's basically not the guys all the time. It's not the guys. It's just basically those people right there. I stand out, and to be honest, it's mostly the women. It's not always the guys. The guys, we don't start drama. We'll look cool or whatever. It's just basically women who go like that, talk about each other behind each other's backs or whatever about their car.
Oh boy. Or
basically how somebody did this or that, assuming they're racist and something like that, or basically how their car looks or whatever. But these women here in car, they want to have the high standard of starting drama.
Yeah.
Or talking down to someone in the DMs on Twitter, messaging them, or inside, on the Xbox, inside a group party, or on PS4 in a party. So there's basically drama when they do that type of stuff. And trust me, I know, because I've seen a lot of this happen on Twitter and on other things, on the consoles or whatever. It's basically the women. It's not always the guys. It's the women in car.
So then there's actually a lot of them. Then that's cool. There's like, from my perspective, we've had my spot. We've had maybe three or four women throughout the time, and they've all been, for the most part, gems. No issue that way. The only time that we have particular issues is regarding, because again, since we do competitive, we have something called F.P.R, which is called fair play rules. So there's rules, we have to have like rules in place similar to kind of like Smash has rules, because the game isn't balanced, so we have to make it as balanced as we can. So we have F.P.R, so when people can't get that right, that's usually when there's an issue, when someone does something that's a little bit like suspect within the game confines. Other than that, like it's pretty much even Stevens. So you're saying that like a lot of times it's the ladies they're doing the drama. See, that's the part that kind of gets me, because you know what it is? Like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like when I see the drama in my head, it's like, all right, so fight. And when I mean fight, I don't mean fight. I mean get in the game and fight. And then whoever, like the old school, and whoever wins. But I feel in my head, I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna be honest with you. In my head, I just see these people as like, you know, just sitting there and it's rah 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 rah, and nobody can actually play. Everyone's like, oh, I'm Shawn Michaels sometimes if I whatever, but no one's actually really good at the game. And from my perspective, it's like, because that's the measure I use. I use that, and I also use how someone can write, because similar to the old school feds, we have text and we have videos. So when someone, you know, is doing a story or is cutting a promo, and you can see and you can visualize what they're saying through their text, it's like, yo, you can't mess with this dude on the mic. So if he's having an issue with somebody, and that other somebody, you know, can't even string 3 words together, it's like, yo, 3-word person, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. But with this stuff, I just see people going back and forth, and nobody's fighting. You gotta fight. If there's a problem, you fight and you solve it, and that's it. And then you shake hands. You shake hands, you hug it out, and you keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's why it's so weird to me, and I appreciate the effort you put forward. But it's so strange, because in my head it's like, y'all all trash. Like, yeah, none of y'all good at this thing. You're just good at like, I don't know what you're good at, but. You know, that's the thing. It just makes me crazy. So I see this all the time. It's like, y'all should be like embracing and being all kumbaya, because there's really no stakes in the sense that, like, it just comes up to the book or whatever, and whatever tells can tell a decent enough story. So why the hell is y'all all mad? And then the stuff about the racism, I read that, I heard that in Lioness's joint, her rant that she had, and I'm like, that's weird. That's weird to me. That makes no kind of sense for a WWE game community to be like talking racist. That makes absolutely zero motherfucking sense to me. I don't understand that in the slightest. I have no inkling. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand how someone can go and chit chat to somebody behind their back when it's like, well, then what can you do? Oh, we're just gonna talk. Fight. Fucking fight me right now. Let's go right now. Fire up that PS4, fire up that Xbox. Let's do battle. Let's go. But it's like, nah, we're just gonna sit there and talk. Go ahead. But what's up? Sorry.
Here's something else I don't get. Like, basically, a person, like, say for instance, one of the women start off inside car.
Hold up. Wait. I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, you're peeking, so it's really hard to make out what you're saying. When you get fired up, it starts getting hard to make out what you're saying. So, all right, start again. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose your audio. Go ahead, go.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, calm down a little bit.
Well, basically, I don't get this right here. A woman, like, for example, a woman start off inside EFED, and then she starts off, not EFED, I meant to say Sim.
Sure. No problem. That's okay.
A woman starts off in Sim, and she thinks she's all goody with, like, basically she's sitting with another person. That video got a lot of views or whatever, and then she simmed with a few more people. Well, months later, then this person forgets the company that, well, she was in EFED before she started simming. What I don't get, you don't mention what company you was in first before you started, before you got into sim. Like, for instance, she's in Valor right now. I wanna mention her name.
You don't gotta mention nobody. You don't gotta incriminate this stuff. We ain't trying to bury no ladies, but I'm from my perspective, I just need to know. But go ahead. I'm sorry, continue.
But yeah, she's in Valor right now. She didn't want to mention no type of fed she was in like that, so she's sticking with Valor. So I'm just like, really, you just gonna forget this fed you were in, and you're just gonna get called up to the big leagues like Valor.
Oh, so those guys are considered like what? All right. So what makes those people the big leagues? Like what is it? Is it like views and stuff, or?
Like, these people with all these 1,000 followers on Twitter who's in car thinks they can try to make it right there, and they just started sim inside and then they're in a big league. They got over these 1,000 followers on Twitter, and then they just started sim, basically up to 2 or 3 sim matches, then they get called up to a big league like Valor.
Okay.
I don't get that at all. I really don't get that.
Well, riddle me this though. What makes those people, I guess, quote unquote, the big leagues? Is it because it's like a lot of followers or viewers or something like that? Is that what the quantifier is?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's all about followers.
Oh.
How much followers you got? 1,000 followers, 900 followers.
Oh.
That's what I don't get. That's really what I don't get. It's funny. It's very funny though. I don't get this stupid idea right here. I really don't.
Oh my god. Yo, you know what's funny here? So again, I keep going to my stuff because that's the only point of reference. But all right, so I've been at it for 14 years, and I'm aware that it's like my spot is basically a shit stain on the highway of life. I get that because the internet's gigantic, so I don't care. But what I've been trying to do for, I don't know, maybe the last year or couple months is, use social media. I'm an old guy, but I'm like, let me try to use social media to get some buzz or whatever. And everyone on my site cannot be bothered to tweet or I'm like, guys, don't you want followers? No, I don't care. I'm like, but you guys are awesome. Nah, I don't give a shit. Like if we did like a bunch of showcases and I'm seeing like not super duper numbers, but numbers that make me happy. I'm like, oh cool, 300, 400, 500, that's cool. And they're like, so? I'm like, but you got excited? Like they're like, I don't care about YouTube numbers. I don't care about Twitter numbers. I don't care. I just well shit, all right, no problem. So you say the follower stuff because again on the timeline I saw some dude he went to I don't understand how Twitter works, but I saw this dude went to some spot and it popped in my feed and he was like that he tried to go someplace. He's not gonna name the name, but they told him he's not big enough. When he went to go check their downloaded calls, the most they had was like 150 or whatever. So they're telling this poor schmo, you're not big enough, come back when you get more followers. I'm like, what are you talking about? This makes no sense.
Yeah,
those followers, wait, do those followers?
I know who this guy is. I know who he is, and I know what league he's in. He's in this company called UCW, which is very known inside of this car community. It's a Steam league on PS4.
How many are there? Because the way it seems for me, from my perspective, is it's like a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say you because you seem like a lovely fellow, but it seems like a lot of these people assume they're on the indies and everyone thinks they're maybe a young buck or whatever, so everyone's bouncing to company. How does someone like maintain, I guess, brand loyalty? Because for example, my spot, I'm like, yo, if y'all want a dual fed, you can, but you let me know, and more than likely I'm gonna drop you because I need loyalty. I need soldiers with me. I need people who will ride with me because I ain't here for no tap dancing. So to see all these people just moving around, it screams lack of loyalty, which is so strange to me. It's bizarre because the people in my spot, I trust like 95% of them because they my soldiers, they my people. So to have guys jumping around and like you said, someone's like, oh, I'm in the big leagues now. Fuck these guys I came from. That's weird to me. Like what dictates where someone like is there a contract system? Is there something like that? Like how does that work? Or just people just go around willy-nilly?
They just want to be known, to be honest. They just want to be known as always.
No, but
that's what this community is all about. It's all about people want to be known just because they're basically in a big league. Dude, you're not that known. You just freaking started in card. You're not that big. It takes months and almost about like what, a year for the be known. Like really.
But let me ask you. But like, what dictates someone's loyalty to a brand, or is everyone just kind of dancing around until they get to a place that's, I guess, supposedly super duper popular, and then that's where like, oh, I'm from Supermania team or whatever. Is that how that works? Because yeah. Oh, that's shitty. So basically, people are just jumping around like trying to. So basically, it's like everyone's trying to jump around until they get like a better whatever. Oh, hey, I can go here. Oh, that's whack. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's kind of shitty to me.
I don't need it.
That kind of bummed me the hell out, man. That's very facetious to me. from that from that perspective. Now, if there's like a working relationship where maybe like you have like a Ring of Honor, New Japan kind of thing, or like what the hell is it people now? Is it like Progress and NXT, WWE, something like that? I'm cool with that. That sounds fine. Like that's mutually beneficial. You can have guys go up and down. But if it's like, oh, I'm gonna go here, oh, I'm gonna go here, oh, I'm gonna go here, oh, hey, the big guys got me, I'm gonna go there. That's kind of like, ugh, I don't like that. That feels very facetious and very disingenuous.
Yeah.
Damn. Because it looks like there's a lot. It looks like there's a lot of places nowadays. And then from what you said, like I have yet to see any. Because I'll be frank with you. The most sim I've watched a couple of sim matches on Twitch, but maybe 5-10 minutes. The most actual, like the kind you said, working a match, I could only stand about 2 minutes because it bothered the hell out of me. Because I'm like, this is not like. But by that same token, I have guys in my spot who like when they watch our matches, they're like, it's like watching kind of street fight. I'm like, I mean, yeah, well, it's competitive. What do you want? But you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's just so strange to me, like this whole thing. So there's really no loyalty, and most of the time it's based on who you know. So you're confirming that part, I'm assuming, and then it's also the number of social media followers. So basically, you could be the greatest person in the world, the hardest worker, and it don't matter because you got 300 followers, is what you're trying to tell me, basically.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you just soured me on the whole thing, bruh. You just ruined the mystique. I opened up the Narnia cabinet and you just closed it in my face. There's a lion riding a helicopter and he's coming right for you. He's gonna crash into the mountain and eat your soul, Hoot. Damn, son. That's whack.
Yeah.
You got
basically this guy by the name, I think you probably know him. This guy by the name of Nick Virtue. He's very, very well known. He's an iconic person inside the car community.
Okay.
Very iconic. He knows how this community is. He knows how people are basically willing to start something with someone else. He knows how people are willing to try to bounce inside of a company, yet they don't get the point where they haven't done that much for to get inside that big league company.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, well, from my spot, you got to work your way up anyway, regardless. We don't, people don't get. But that's not even comp or sim. That's just common sense. It's like
that's what you must do. You
no,
must work your way up to that big league company. You got to work up there,
regardless, because
get to that point. Yeah,
because anything worth value is something that's earned. So if you're gonna, for example, we have a guy who's with us who he got kicked out before because he was a shithead, and he got his act together, so he's back. But before that, when he got kicked out, he went someplace else, and they put him in a main event match coming in the main event match against their champion. Then they tried to screw him over because I don't know, whatever, but he still beat them because we trained him well. And he became their champion, and then he left like the next day. And that served no purpose. It's dumb. I mean, he did it because those people are dumb anyway, but it's like you can't come into a place and expect to be put to the very, very tip top. For me, like what I tell everybody who joins, which is very rare now because it's a snake pit, it's basically, my spot is essentially a petting zoo with no zookeepers, a petting zoo with crocodiles and tigers. It's not a good place. Deadly animals, deadly, dangerous. But I tell everybody whoever attempts to join, I don't give a rat's ass where you came from. I don't care. No pyro, no this, no. I don't give a shit because when you're here, you're nothing until I deem you fit, because I don't care about what your past accomplishments, because you'll come in talking all that mess. I'll put my mid-level guy who'll beat the shit out of you, and then what are you gonna do? Exactly. That's why that call stuff always makes me weird, because if someone's gonna talk that mess, cool. Fight this person, he's a low tier. Fight this person, he's a mid tier. And then when he or her beats your ass, you ain't got nothing to talk. You ain't got no leg to stand on, because you're supposed to be Randy Orton, but you just got jobbed out like Ellsworth. Who? Tell me something. Exactly. You ain't got shit. Damn, bro. Oh man, I don't know what to say, man. I'm freaking out over here. Now, we're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank you so much. I'll get your information in a second, but. All right, so hopefully you learned a little bit about comp, and I learned a bit about sim. Jesus. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the sim that I prefer is a dude, grabbing some people are giving. Like I like when a dude gives Wow, that sounds weird. I like when an owner or whatever, he says, hey, I'm doing a league or whatever, and then people send him their cause, and then he does, he just runs the AI, and then he commentates. I'm kind of cool with that because that kind of keeps drama to a minimum, in my opinion. I'm sure you probably don't dig it because it kind of takes out that theatrical aspect. But hey, different strokes for different folks. Before I go, I need you to answer one question for me. One question.
All right.
Why in the fuck are all of the call community boiled down to 3 factors? It's either an Instagram ready thought, it's either a really tattooed white guy, or it's a dude from uptown. Why is it always why is there's very little variation? I mean, your joint doesn't fit any of the molds, so congratulations. I'm looking at your call right now. Dig it.
Thank you.
No problem. But why is that, son? I don't. What is that? What's going on, man? Where's Tully Blanchard?
I guess I've been wanting to ask myself like this all the time. Basically, nearly all these freaking cars look the same.
Yes, they
don't have no difference to them. They just all look the same. Just basically different color skin. Almost all it's mostly black guys and black women cars that look the same. And then you got the women that's like white. I'm not being racist, by the way.
No, it's thoughts. It's basically thought. It's Instagram model. Like, and here's the funny part. With all these filters and HD stuff, I could actually see Spanx. I see people wearing digital Spanx so they can show more ass cheeks, but it's really an ass cheek texture, and it's creepy and weird. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, those are bodysuits.
Yes,
I'm quite used to basically the normal stage where they don't use bodysuits just for to make sure they show some of their butts or whatever like that.
They're trying to show
extra. This just how they really want to improve their car, basically, whatever. They just want to say, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. It's my car. I can do this and that. Nobody just me, blah.
Bruh, it's just ass cheeks. It's so weird to me. It's just ass cheeks hanging out, and these motherfuckers are like they from 125th. Like I used to grow up with around them all the time. I'm actually kind of happy for that because back in the day we were just all white guys. So I'm glad at the diversity. But it's like, like when I see like a I think his name is Chester. I think I saw that one. I liked him. There was someone who did some kind of it reminded me of Harley Quinn and AJ Lee. I like that one. Some dude just something that stands out from the back because everybody kind of looks mad pre-produced and pre-packaged. My spot, we got people from all spectrums. Like one of our best players is a dude who looks like a fucking gypsy from 300, the movie. Go look it up, like Xerxes. He looks ridiculous. Not ridiculous like that, but he's just like a bald, effeminate dude with earrings, and I hate his face, but he's really good at the game, and people seem to like him, so good for him. But it's just weird to me, like on the call, like if I see 25 cars in the call community, like on my timeline, there's like 3. I'm like, oh, cool. Like everything else is the same shit, bro. And like it seems, I guess that's what's popular. And then those, I don't know, man. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. And I feel like the Hulk Hogan song when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Shout out to Hulk Hogan, you racist fuck. Hulk Hogan, we hear you out here. Ugh, I don't know, B. So yeah, that I just want to get that off my chest. Thank you for listening. So yes, yes, Jacob Anderson. Where can they find you right now? Where are you currently kicking ass and taking names?
Well, I wrestle at GPW. Their Twitter, I'll leave. I'll give you the
give me the info, but you could also say it here.
GPW Live, NGR Wrestling, MFW Adrenaline.
Jeez. All right, you're gonna have to type all that out. So I thought you had one spot. You're like, I'm at Jesus. Okay, got you. All right.
Oh yeah,
you're all over the place.
Yeah, I'll just send a message to you, like, well, like, be it.
Okay, and if they wanna chat you up on the social medias, on the Twitter box, what's your Twitter? Mm-hmm. What? I'm asking you, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is the Enigma X Jacob.
There you go.
That's my Twitter.
That's his Twitter. So if you happen to be from the call community and you like what you heard, great. I will not be doing sim stuff, but on occasion, actually, no, we do 1 or 2 sim stuff. We did one sim thing in the basically because we have an off season because we go hard in the paint. So at the end of in the middle of September, we had actually a sim rumble and like 3. 1 comp match in that show, and then 1 sim match in that. Actually, it was a sim rumble, a sim women's elimination match, and then it was an actual comp 1-on-1. And that show, actually, a lot of people enjoyed it. Some people are like, it's not canon, but that sim rumble, there was a couple moments in that thing that are utterly hilarious. One day I'll show it to people. It's available on our YouTube. Speaking of our YouTube is OCWFedTV. Our Twitch is OCWFed. Instagram is OCWFed. Don't use it though. And our Twitter is OCWFed. And if for some reason you might want to join, if any of you people out there like us, it's the website with all the web show stuff and the old form like the old men do, and the sites and all that good stuff is OCWFed.com. Mr. Anderson of the Jacob, I thank you so much for being here and smartening me up on the sim community. I'm not sure how I feel after talking to you, but knowledge is power, so thank you for the knowledge. And do you have any parting thoughts for the audience for the 7 people who might hear this? Because I'm not getting over Hoot. I ain't got 1 million followers. Any parting thoughts?
Well, I just basically tell everyone this: if you're willing to join sim, you gotta make sure it's hard work. Take out the hard work you need. Take multiple training with whoever is willing to help you. Don't try to call yourself big just because you join. Just because you started sim, don't do that. It's not good for you to do that type of stuff. Just basically don't cause drama because everyone is known to start it some reason somehow. Don't be racist. Don't do nothing some sort. Don't do that. Nothing at all. Sim people. It doesn't matter how much followers you got for being sim. Anybody can be in sim. Basically, if they put their heart to it, or they put out some good content, like at least once a week or 2 weeks. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
You got it.
You saw and heard my voice here on this podcast. Thank you very much.
You got it. So in summation, Jacob Anderson from the sim community is saying, don't be a dick. And that's the desk, and we will see you next time on the desk and all that good stuff. Ciao, Bella. Have a wonderful night. Later, mothers. Mother Canuckers. Right. There you go. I was going to be racist. See, I was going to say something else, mother effers, but I changed it mother Canuckers because I'm good like that. All right. We done. Bye.